Okay, so for those of you who I don't know or have not met before, I'm Daniel Priestley. I'm the co-founder and chairperson of ScoreApp. Today we're going to be talking about building a minimum viable product. Really important conversation that I had with my good friend Ali Abdal. I was on Ali's podcast and Ali was talking to me about how people get started with a new business idea or a new product idea. And I talked to him about the concept of a minimum viable product, and he said he loved it, wanted more people to know about it. So a lot of the people who are on this workshop tonight are people who have come through Ali's recommendation. Thank you and welcome. Few things to keep in mind. Actually, only about 18% of people on this call already have a business. So if I keep it simple tonight, that's why. Most of the people here are actually in the process of coming up with their first business or idea. And we actually also found that 38% of people are ready to go, but a lot of people are also just a little bit hesitant, which is fine. I really hope that we can take it at the speed that you're happy with, that we can show you some ways that you can do this in a more comfortable, safe way, that you're not wasting too much time or any money on developing a business idea, right? So I think you're going to get a lot out of that. So tonight is about building an MVP. MVP stands for minimum viable product. So minimum means that we don't want to spend much time or money on this. We want to keep it really lean. Viable means that it gives us a clear signal as to whether we've got a good idea or not. And product means that we present it to a customer as something that they can commit to. They can actually join a waiting list or they can take some sort of action. You're not just simply asking for feedback. You're actually presenting people with something that they can commit to or connect. So this is what we mean by minimum viable product. And it's a great way to test a business idea, and it's a great way to test a product, a newer product innovation idea. Let's start, before we talk about this MVP concept, let's zoom out and talk about the entrepreneurial journey. Let's start with that. So if we want to zoom out from the entrepreneurial journey, the first thing we want to do is have a look at what does it actually look like from a distance to be an entrepreneur. So there's actually a very predictable journey. And here's how it works. First things first, you come up with an idea or a concept, and then you launch that business. And obviously it's super exciting being in start mode. And then pretty quickly you find yourself in the wilderness. And the wilderness is where there's lots to do, but not enough people doing things. You're really trying to keep your head above water and survive when you're in the wilderness. So you feel like you're roaming around trying to make this business work, but it feels pretty slim on the ground. You want to get out of the wilderness as quick as possible. There's a real turning point when you bring together a bit of a team, when you've got a few people working together in a business. And we call that a boutique team. So a little small team is typically 2, 3, 4 people start to get together and start working together. And you've formed your first little small boutique team. And you hopefully are going to end up in something brilliant called a lifestyle boutique. So a lifestyle boutique is typically 3 to 12 people, really fun, lots of freedom, lots of flexibility, great income, lots of products selling. In fact, a classic example of someone who has a lifestyle boutique would be Ali Abdal. Ali has got 10 people on the team. They do millions of profit. They're all orientated around fun, freedom, flexibility. They've got no debt in the business. They've got no outside investors in the business. So they are certainly very happy with where they are. Now, one thing I warned Ali about is I said, be careful if you go over 13 people, because once you go over 13 people, you're a little bit big to be small, and you're a little bit too small to be big. So there's this desert in the middle where you're too big to be small and too small to be big. And that is quite difficult. But if you can make it across the desert, you become a bit of a performance business. You end up with about 50 people. You've got a great leadership team, and you've got teams of teams. And suddenly you've got a business that's really valuable and it's performing. And if you've picked the right thing at the right time, you might even end up as being a unicorn. So you might end up with $1 billion valuation because you hit the nail on the head. Now, for most people, they're not interested in building a unicorn. 70% of the people I've ever spoken to have said the biggest business they want is a lifestyle boutique. They actually just want to build a business that's 3 to 12 people, really good profitability, lots of fun, freedom, flexibility, no debt, no outside investors, not doing projects that they don't want to do. They just want to have that nice little lifestyle boutique. So there's the entrepreneur journey. To succeed on the entrepreneur journey, you're going to have to come up with a good concept, and you're going to have to come up with some good products. So in order to figure out whether you have a good concept and if you have good products, we want to jump to this tool called a MVP. All right. So it's part of the journey. It's one of the tools that we use as an entrepreneur to test our ideas in the marketplace. MVP, minimum viable product. Who is the king of MVPs? The absolute undisputed king of minimum viable products is actually one of the richest men in the world, Elon Musk. Elon Musk, he's always launching an MVP. He's always testing the market with his ideas using a minimum viable product. So for example, he stood on stage and he said, we're going to build this thing called a Cybertruck. And he put a single example on the stage. It turned out that it was just built on a very basic frame. And they showed people what a Cybertruck would look like. And they told people about what kind of range it would have, how fast it would go, and how strong and how much. And they put that out there in the marketplace at this event. And then he said, go to the website and pre-order your Cybertruck with $100 deposit. And basically, he gave people that opportunity. Now, at the time that he did this, there was only one Cybertruck actually in the world, and it was this one, and it wasn't even a real one. It was just a prototype. And then the rest was just computer-generated animations and images that could go to this website and they could put down this deposit, knowing full well that it would be years before they would even build a factory. So he was very clear about it. He said, if you put down a $100 deposit, it's going to be like 3 or 4 years before we can actually build this. But he wanted to test the market. So here's what happened. 1 million people put down a reservation for a Cybertruck, and that allowed them to know that it was a good idea, even though it's a strange idea. No one would have predicted it. It's a strange idea, but it turned out it was a good idea. And they were able to go to, I think it was JP Morgan, and get all the money that they needed to build a factory and to launch the Cybertruck. Now, if they had have just simply gone to JP Morgan and said, can we build this crazy looking futuristic vehicle? JP Morgan people would have said, no way, right? We can't give you money to do something so crazy as that. But because he was able to say, we've got 1 million people who've put down a $100 deposit, it sort of de-risked it and allowed him to easily raise money to bond. So that was a pretty amazing example, a global example of someone using an MVP, a minimum viable product, to test the marketplace. Now, this leverages a key concept in business, and the key concept is everything is downstream from lead generation. If you can't generate a strong signal of interest, if you can't get a lead, you can't make a sale. So MVPs are very closely linked to just lead generation, the ability to generate leads for your ideas, strong signals of interest. Okay, let's have a look at 3 different types of MVPs. In fact, before we look at 3 types of MVPs, does anyone have any questions you want to ask about that so far? Or just give me a digital thumbs up if you're following along nicely and it's all making sense so far. Nice. All right. Very cool. Thanks, Tara. Nice to see that. And feel free to let me know in the chat, what's one idea you've already had so far where it's like, okay, that's cool. I think I can use that. Nice, lots of thumbs up just coming through. Okay, let's jump in. Let's talk about 3 MVPs, 3 types of minimum viable products that you can use to test your ideas really effectively. MVP number 1 is a Zoom event. So a Zoom event is where you promote an event for people to come and book into and to see if people will actually show up to an event. So you give people a concept and you say, we're going to run a little event on this. Would you like to turn up on Zoom? Now, the beauty of this is a Zoom event is very, very cheap to run. And Zoom actually gives you landing pages if you want to promote your event and get people to book into the event. Zoom collects all the data. It does the recording, right? And it allows you to essentially present your idea to a group. So let's you've got an idea for running something relating to startups. You can put on a startup workshop, get people to register, get them to come along. And if you can get 50, 60, 70 people to show up to a startup event, that's a pretty good signal of interest that you're going to have a few people ready to buy from you if your business is in alignment with what your event is all about. So I want you to think about this question. If you were going to run an introduction event, what would you call it? All right. So what would you call your introduction event? So I want you to imagine that in a month from now, you're going to do an introduction to blank. What would you call your event? I want you to type that into the chat, what you would call your event. So David might do an introduction to African photography. right? Photography of animals in Africa, right? Could be an example. Noop might do an introduction to creating a fast growth consumer product that gets stocked on the shelves. So we might see her do that. What would you do? What would be your introduction event? Let's have a little look here. An introduction to avoiding council fines in property. An introduction to getting your business cash positive in the next 180 days. An introduction to Google Ads for B2B lead generation. Nice. How to transform your fashion brand. Introduction to LinkedIn architecture students. Lovely, very specific. Introduction to ESG for defense offset. Introduction to aging backwards. I love it. Introduction to project management for artists and creative businesses. Introduction to getting in shape and staying in shape for the rest of your life. Passing your official English exam. Introduction to harnessing your digital presence, growing your startup, utilizing your data, introduction to being more mindful with drinking, right? So we got some great examples, so many coming in. Introduction to SEO for beginners. So you've got the point here. So the key idea here is MVP number one is don't go launching a business, don't go launching a massive product, don't go putting together joint ventures and partnerships and coding up websites and building databases and email sequences. Just jump on Zoom and run an introduction event and see how people react to your introduction event, right? So that would be MVP number one. The added bonus of this one is that once you've got the footage, it's very easy for you to turn that into an online course. So if you wanted to then expand that and use the footage for one of your online programs or a free online gift, right? It's a really nice, easy example where you can just take the footage from your Zoom event and actually put it behind a registration link. And suddenly you've now got another way that people can access your content 4 hours, 7 days a week. So MVP number one is a Zoom event. MVP number two is creating an online group. So I don't know about you, but I think the Facebook groups are absolutely amazing. They are just such an incredible product. You could build an entire business just on a Facebook group. So ScoreApp, for example, we've got a Facebook app. We've got a Facebook community. Lots of Q&A happening there. We've got, we share lots of media, lots of content. People are constantly having conversations. So MVP number two is you set up a Facebook group for the thing that you're interested in doing. So you actually invite people to that. Now, it doesn't have to be a Facebook group. It could be LinkedIn, but I think the technology on Facebook is pretty impressive. Now, some of our clients in the past have done 5-day challenges. So they've done special Facebook groups that only last 5 days, and they're awesome. So you can see here, Speak English with Confidence 5-day challenge. Get leads from LinkedIn 5-day sprint. 5-day marathon performance challenge, right? So run your first marathon. Fertility breakthrough 5-day challenge, right? So these are all examples of little 5-day challenges where people can join. So you don't have to go and start an entire fertility related business. You can do a 5-day challenge on fertility and see what happens. You don't have to start a whole business around LinkedIn. You can just do a 5-day sprint, see how people react to your content, your ideas in those 5 days. Another way that you can put this together is just absolutely awesome, and that is the new tools on WhatsApp. So WhatsApp allows you to set up communities with all sorts of different examples. I'm part of a group which is all about family offices, which is like people who manage money on behalf of their families. And inside that group, there's Australia and Hong Kong and different locations, there's different topics. It's a really incredible tool. Lots of activity, lots of interesting people. But what's really impressive is the level of people. A lot of people in that group are managing $1 billion plus worth of family money. So quite incredible to see how like the level of people who'll happily engage daily on a WhatsApp group. So you can invite people to a WhatsApp group. So I want you to imagine that instead of launching a new business or a new product, in a month from now, you're going to launch a new WhatsApp group. And it's going to be called How to Achieve Blank, a 7-day breakthrough. How to achieve blank, a 7-day breakthrough. So you might say, this is a 7-day breakthrough to running your first marathon, or a 7-day breakthrough to weight loss, or a 7-day breakthrough to taking better photos, 7-day breakthrough for improving your business's brand. So I want you to just put down what would be your WhatsApp group, what would be your Facebook group if you were going to launch an MVP and get people to engage with this concept. Put it into the chat. What would yours be? Facing your ultimate fears, a 7-day breakthrough. Join the group. How to connect with your team in 7 days. Right? How to achieve more connection with your team. 7 days to a breakthrough. How to achieve successful outsourcing in your business, 7 days to a breakthrough. Introduction to how to transfer wealth tax for your loved ones. That would be the introduction event. How to cut down sugar, a breakthrough in 7 days. How to achieve a stable income from freelancing projects, have a 7-day breakthrough. How to lose your first 5 pounds in 7 days. So we've got a really nice example here of lots of people who can create those groups. Now, every single person who joins the group, that's a lead. That's someone who validates your business idea. Now, how many people should you get joining your groups or attending your events? I think however many sales you want to make in the next 90 days, you need about 10 times that number. If you want to make 9 sales in the next 90 days, you need to have about 90 people in the group, right? You want to make 20 sales in the next 90 days, you're going to need about 200 people to join the group or to attend your event. So you need to get a lot of people to engage with this free thing so that you can feel confident that your business idea is valid. The beauty of these little events and these little groups is that you're not actually promising anything beyond the group or beyond the event. So if you decide that this is not a good idea, let's say no one turns up to your Zoom event, only 3 people turn up to your Zoom event, you can deliver the Zoom event, you can share some content, you can share some research, you can tell people what you want to do. And you don't have to then offer a product or a service. You can simply say, I hope you've enjoyed the event, and leave me some feedback or drop me an email. No more. You now know that business idea is not going to fly, so you don't have to go any further than that. If you do a 5-day pop-up group on WhatsApp and you only get 10 people join, you can put some YouTube videos in there and some podcasts and some book recommendations. At the end of 5 days, you say, hey, thanks for joining me on the 5-day challenge. I'd love to stay in touch. We're going to close down the group at midnight tonight. Best of luck. All right? You don't have to be committed to doing anything beyond those points. So the beauty of these is that you can back out of these risk-free. You don't have to worry. If the idea is no good, you're not having to commit yourself to a whole business around this idea. Okay, the third MVP that I'm going to show you is the Terminator of MVPs. This is sent from the future back through time to arrive at 2023 and just to blow up your business, right? So this one is the Terminator 2 of MVPs. I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. Here we go. Scorecards. Scorecards are the best MVPs by a long shot. These are absolutely brilliant. People love taking quizzes. So if you go to the NHS website now, they have one here, a quiz called How Are You? Get a personalized health score with this 10-minute quiz. You go to this website, what's your money personality? Understanding your relationship with money is the first step to building wealth. Take the quiz. Oh, the 5 love languages. Everyone loves the 5 love languages. Let me know in the chat, what is your love language if you know your love language? Mine is words of approval or words of praise. If you want to tell me I'm doing a great job with this workshop, I'll be like literally falling off my chair. The 5 love languages, people enjoy finding out something about themselves. This one is absolutely freakish. This is 16 personalities. Now, you would not believe this, but 806 million people have taken this test. This goes to show if you get the nice, pretty design right, and you have a pretty simple idea, right? 16 personalities, there's 16 personality types. Which one are you? Really cute little design. 806 million people have taken this. This is one of the most comprehensive databases in the world now, right? This website knows a lot about 800 million people. Maybe the CIA launched this. Maybe the FBI launched this quiz to find out about everyone in the world. Who knows? So you see these all the time. Myers-Briggs type indicators, love languages, wealth dynamics, good parenting score, marathon readiness. People love doing a quiz. So here's the quiz that we know works the best. Are you ready to blank? Answer 10 questions and find out. Are you ready to blank? answer 10 questions and find out, right? That is the one that works really, really well for testing an idea. So are you ready to run your first marathon? Are you ready to hire a salesperson? Are you ready to sell your home? Are you ready to improve your branding? These are all examples of Are You Ready To quizzes. So I want you to just go into the chat here and share with me, what would your quiz be? Are you ready to blank? Answer 10 questions and find out. What would yours be? Are you ready to become a landlord? All right, answer 10 questions and find out. Let's see what else we got. Are you ready to quit your job and make money as a content creator? Answer 10 questions and find out. Are you ready to take your photos to the next level? Answer 10 questions and find out. Are you going to be as ready for summer? To answer 10 questions and find out. I like it. Are you ready to invest in your child's future? Are you ready to sell your business? Are you ready to unlock your leadership potential? Are you prepared for the teenage years? Are you ready to apply for funding for your startup? Are you ready to get more press coverage? Are you ready to rank #1 on Google? Are you ready to feel better than you've felt in years? Are you ready to regain your valuable family time? Are you ready to be the best leader in healthcare? All right, so good. These are excellent, right? People, trust me, people will engage with these, right? People are going to engage with these. It's absolutely wild how many people are going to engage with these. They're all really, really good. So you build that into a score app, you build that into a quiz, and you have got yourself engagement. Now, here's what you need to do. If you want to do this well, a quiz needs 4 things in order for it to really perform. It needs a landing page that tells people what it is that they're going to discover about themselves. It then needs the questions that people are going to answer, and then it needs to give people a result. And then you need ways of promoting that and getting people to take the quiz. These are the only 4 things that you need. Now, if we went back time 4 years ago, I would not be talking to you about doing this, because all of this would cost at least a couple of grand, 3-4 grand minimum to build yourself a landing page, code it up with a questionnaire, deliver a dynamic results page. All of that stuff would be on the low side, £1,500, realistically more like £6,000 or £7,000 as recently as 2019. However, because we've invented ScoreApp does all 4 of these things really, really well for you. And what I'm going to show you tonight, you're going to get one of the very first looks ever at some new AI tools that we are launching next week. And you're going to see that, like, the most incredible thing as to how this thing works, right? You'll see that AI does a lot of the work for building your first MVP. Okay, before we do that, is everyone following along nicely? You got getting some ideas? Excellent. Okay, cool. So let's talk about how to set up something like a scorecard, right? So that you know how to build the real Terminator of MVPs. So let's say this is a landing page, right? So this is what I mean by a landing page. It tells you what you're going to get what you're going to learn about. These are the questions that you get presented, different formats, and then dynamic results, right? So that it shows you what you scored and what to do next, right? And then on the back end, you want to have lots of data so that you know how to follow up with people. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually build some of these from scratch just for fun. We're going to build okay, so here's how it works. Oh, sorry, not that one. So the way that it works is that I log into my little score app here, and I go to here. These are all my scorecard campaigns that I'm running. Some of these are actually MVPs. And I'm just going to say, super simple, create scorecard. And I'm going to go in and build a scorecard. Now, let me get a volunteer. Noop, are you willing to volunteer?
Yes. Hi, Dan.
Okay. How are you doing? Okay, so let's use the AI setup wizard. to build you a little scorecard campaign.
Yeah.
So how it works, right? We just say, yep, get started. We want to generate some new leads for your business, Snoop. So we'll put those. We want to have some leads here. Here. So the first thing the AI is going to do is it's going to ask, how would you describe your business? And I'm going to say,
Strategy.
Marketing strategy for consumer goods. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so marketing strategy for consumer goods. I have no idea what it's going to come up with, by the way. I just know, so I just thought I'd throw you under the bus there. But and I know that you do marketing strategy for consumer goods. So let's see what the AI comes up with. So it says, how would you describe your target audience? Millennial mums, working professionals, health enthusiasts.
Corporate leader.
I think it's going to be, I'm going to say corporate brand managers, yeah?
Yeah.
So you can either pick this, or we can add in whatever you want to add in. What do you want to help your clients achieve or prevent? Increase sales strength and brand awareness, prevent brand dilution. How about we go strengthen brand awareness?
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
So the AI is already starting to figure your business out. It's got 2 pieces of information. It's now started to figure out what your business might be all about. So now it's coming up with a scorecard concept. So brand awareness boosting, the ultimate brand strategy quiz. Are you maximizing your brand potential? Which one of those do you like, Noop?
Brand strategy.
There we go. The ultimate brand strategy quiz. Now it says, okay, let's choose what we want to score people against. Target audience, brand perception, brand identity, marketing channels, competitive analysis. Which ones of those do you like?
Let's say marketing channels.
Great. Anything else?
Competitive analysis.
And should we go brand perception as well?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So now we've got 3 things that we're going to quiz people about. So now we'll go next. So here's what it'll do. It has to go away. It sends all information over ChatGPT, sends it over to OpenAI. OpenAI has to think about all of that because we just sent quite a big packet of information over to OpenAI, and now it's going to write the questions and come back. Okay, so here's some of the marketing channel questions. Do you currently use social media channels to promote your brand? Let's ask that. Do you use email marketing? Have you invested in paid advertising? Do you actively engage with audience, right? I'll just select 3. Competitive analysis. Does your company regularly track competitor activity? Have you identified your main competitors? Do you adjust your brand strategy based on competitive activity? Right, boom, so we go there. And then we go number 3. Now you can edit these as much as you like, but it's coming up with some good ones. Brand perception. Do customers perceive your brand to be trustworthy and reliable? Does your brand have unique value proposition? Does your brand have strong emotional connection with customers? Okay, we've gone and I've selected 9 questions just to keep it nice and light. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say create the scorecard Noop and watch how many words it's going to write. Now, before I do this, in the chat, if I was to say you're going to find a copywriter, get 1,000 words worth of copy written, then you're going to send it over to a coder who's going to create a version 1 of a landing page, a quiz, and a dynamic results page. How long do you reckon that would take, and how much do you reckon it would cost? Put into the chat how long you think it would take and how much you'd expect to pay, and how much time would it take? What would you expect to pay for something like that? So 1,000 words worth of content written, and a version 1 of a website, version 1 of quiz, version 1 of dynamic results. So like, what would we expect? Let's have a little thing. 6 weeks, 3.5 grand, 1 month, 25 grand total. About 1 month, 5 grand, 3 weeks, 1,500, 1 to 2 months, 2.5 grand. Okay, let's see how long it takes the AI to do all of this. So here we go. Create the scorecard. Hold on tight. Adding pages, 928 words written, 6.5 hours worth of writing time saved. And it's just going to finish up. It's going to do some coding and ding, ding. All right, AI amazing. Amazing. 991 words, 7 hours saved. We'll go to the dashboard and we'll have a look at what it's created. So I'm going to go in here and just have a look. What did it create? Right. So we'll have a look in draft mode. Take the ultimate brand strategy quiz. Answer 9 questions and we'll send you a personalized report. Are you a corporate brand manager looking to strengthen your brand awareness? Our quiz provides a valuable feedback on marketing channels, competitive analysis, and brand perception. Take the quiz today and improve your brand strategy. Take the scorecard. So the first thing the AI has done is it's created a landing page and it's put that together. The next thing it's done, created a data capture page. So I'll just put in here. Actually, you know what? Let's go and publish it. Okay, there we go. And I'll just check it's all nicely built. So that, okay, great. So what I'll do is, for those of you who feel like you want to have a play, use this QR code. Actually, I'll share the link in the chat. That's easier. So let me put this all in the chat for you. So you don't have to put your real details if you don't want. You can just put testing or something like that. So I'll go through and I will actually do the quiz myself. Okay, so take the ultimate brand strategy quiz, take the scorecard. So I'll put testly. We'll put testing at testing.com. Okay, so I start the quiz. So this has already coded up the quiz. It created a place for Noop to put a logo, a brand, right? And I can go through and I can answer the questions. And nice and easy there. Go through and answer these questions. Bang, I've done these. Now, look what it's done. It's coded a dynamic landing page that responds to how I understood the questions. Congratulations on completing the ultimate brand strategy quiz. Thank you for taking the time to complete the quiz. We hope you found it insightful and it's given you some food for thought, right? AI wrote all of that. It also created this little dynamic thing here that responds based on how you answered the quiz. Marketing channels, right? Yours for marketing channels is medium. This suggests you're aware of some of the available channels to promote your brand, but there's room for improvement, right? 33% competitive analysis. Your score is low. Suggests you may not be aware, right? AI has written all of that and it's got a call to action about booking a call and getting started. So it's already done that, right? So that's pretty amazing. Let's go and have a look at the leads that are coming in, right? So I'll see if we've got some leads coming in. Well, I've got my first 10 leads and it's given me a little dashboard. It says 19 people started and 18 people have finished the scorecard already. So it's told me that. I can go and have a look at my leads. And here's all the leads that have come in. So here they are. So here's Rebecca on our team, right? She's answered the quiz. I'm going to click on her as a link. What's pretty amazing is it's found Rebecca's email and it's found an image on the internet of Rebecca and it's just popped that in there. It knows that Rebecca's in the United Kingdom, so it's just popped that in there based on her IP address. And now I can see how Rebecca answered all of the questions. I can see her activity on the website. I can see where she came from. Right, all of that. Now it gets pretty sexy. If you're not paying full attention, pay full attention right now because this is where we get super sexy. This is the exciting stuff. Imagine I follow up with Rebecca and I want to write her an email so that I can follow up and make a sale. So I'm going to click this little button here called the AI button, and I'm going to say I want to have a sales email. And AI is going to go and write Rebecca an email based on how she answered all the questions. Hi, Rebecca. Congratulations on scoring 61% on the Ultimate Brand Strategy Quiz. That's an impressive result, and we'd love to help you take your brand to the next level. Based on your quiz answers, it's great to see that your brand is perceived as trustworthy and reliable, has a unique value proposition. We noticed that your competitive analysis score was quite low and that you haven't yet identified your main competitors. That's an area we can help you with. At Dent, we specialize in this. I'd love to learn more about your business, right? I now have a custom written email to Rebecca that is custom written based upon how she answered the questions. Now that is mind blowing. That is like having a copywriter full-time working on your team not being paid unless they're writing content and ready to go at the drop of a hat, right? So now we've got that. It gets even sexier. Let's go over to our insights and have a look how everyone answered. So now I've got all this data that's coming in, and all of this data is my data. It's my unique data. So let's have a look at this. One of the questions is, do you currently use social media channels to promote your brand? 35% said no. Let's write a blog about that. So I hit the AI button and it says, would you like to write a blog? Yes, I do want to write a blog about that. So I hit a button. Social media has become a critical tool in the world of business. It's a platform that allows business, both large and small, to connect with their target audience and increase their brand visibility and ultimately drive sales. Today's digital age, it's almost impossible to imagine success without social media. According to recent data, though, the Ultimate Brand Strategy quiz, 65% of businesses reported using social media. However, the remaining 35% do not use social media. I have just written a custom blog about my own custom data, which I only collected 3 minutes ago, right? So I've just 3 minutes ago, I've created some data and now I'm able to comment on it in the media. Have you identified your main competitors? Let's write a press article about this. So there we go. I'm writing a press article about that one. All right, you get the idea. Let's see what else we can do. Let's do some tweets. Right, so it now starts writing tweets about this data. Results from 19 people show 57.87 have identified their brand strategy. It's even putting hashtags into the tweets. So it's writing a series of tweets right, about the data. So here's a pretty wild thing. 10 minutes ago, I said, Noop, do you want to create a scorecard? And she said, yeah, sure. She answered 2 questions about her business. The AI wrote the scorecard, coded the landing page, created a data capture form, created the quiz questions, put a dynamic results page together, captured 22 leads, stuck those 22 leads into a data analytic platform, connected with OpenAI, wrote blogs, wrote sales emails, right? All in a matter of like 10 minutes. Like, how insane is that? When I said this is like from the future, I meant this is from the future. This is wild stuff, right? Totally wild that this stuff is real, right? It's actually real and it's happening. It's actually a real thing. If I want to pick up the phone and talk to Rebecca old school, I just say sales script, sales call script, right? And it's going to generate a call script. Pretty soon we'll actually have AI that just does the script. It rings and pretends to be human and follows the script using a nice, friendly Irish accent or something like that. It'll be great to put them there. Right, look at that. Ring, ring. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Rebecca. It's Daniel Priestley from Dent Global. How are you doing today? Right, it actually creates a script. I just wanted to follow up on your recent completion of our ultimate brand strategy. Right, it creates a script, a sales script. So this is what I mean by totally mind-blowing technology. Now, what's cool is that if you've got a new business idea, you can create a scorecard and start generating leads. If you've got a new product idea, you can test it out with something like this. Or if you've got an established product, you can just go out and start promoting your established product like this. Noop, what do you think of all that? You were the guinea pig. How does it resonate?
Honestly, it's mind-blowing. And I've been using ScoreApp for a couple of weeks now. And I'm just astounded as to what I've seen, especially what you've shown tonight. I have a question though, which is this available on all versions of ScoreApp?
No, it's only available on my account until next week. So we're going to be launching this. We're going to be launching this next week.
Yeah.
You've just had a little sneak preview. At the moment, we're just bug fixing a few little things, and we're improving our prompt engines, and just getting it really nicely finely tuned. But essentially, most of ScoreApp's ready to go. The AI tool for building a scorecard is ready to go. The thing that is coming next Wednesday, Thursday, is the sales emails, the call scripts, the blog articles, processing all the data. So if you wanted to, you could create a scorecard, promote it all of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. When Thursday rocks around, you're going to have access to blogs, articles, sales letters, sales scripts, all of that sort of stuff coming next week. So pretty wild. You're going to see some big upgrades coming along.
Thank you so much.
Very nice. Let me know in the chat, what did you think of all of that? Pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to pause here for questions. Actually, what I'll also do is, if you're not currently a ScoreApp user, really simple. I want to give you the opportunity to have a 30-day free trial of ScoreApp. There's no contracts. You can cancel at any time. If you decide to use it, it's £29 a month, and you can just cancel it whenever you want to cancel it, right? So if it's not working for you, you don't have to use it. It's just something that you can use totally free of charge for 30 days. And then, oh, by the way, not just free 30 days, we're doing a special with Ali Abdal, which should have ended last month. We've extended it just for this event. So this ends in 24 hours. And what it is that you don't just get a free 30 days, you then get half price or 50% discount for the next 3 months, right? Because we know that this group is all startups. So we've just created a special code. We haven't done that for anyone else. We're actually not going to do it again either, because we got people saying, hey, I want that on my account, right? And it's like, oh, we did it just for startups, for students. But it's caused a little bit of waves. So we're just going to do that for the next 24 hours, and then that's it. That deal won't happen again. So for 30 days and then 50% off your first 3 months, just while you're getting yourself all set up. Okay, any questions?
Hi, Daniel. This is a very quick question. So can we just preview again how you can see what the options for the results are, so that we don't come up with something, you know, funky at the end of the phrase? And
great question. Okay, so everything that you want to do to build is in this little button here called Build. And these are all the things you can build. You can build questions, landing pages, lead forms, results pages. So if you want to change the data that you ask for on the lead form, let's say you want to add a question, and we might just say drop down, and we'll say question label, do you own a cat? And you can have options. Is this field required? No. We can have options. Yes. No. Maybe. Right. So we can add that. You can go into your results page, and you can say, all right, here's my results page. And this is what it looks like right now, but I don't really like this donut thing. So what I want to do is I want to have a traffic light instead. That's my jam. I'm really interested in the traffic light. So I'm going to get rid of that one, and I'm going to have a nice traffic light result instead. And I might also say, I want to have a special video, and I want people to watch that video at the end. So I'm just going to put a video there. So now I've got a video, and I'm just going to put my YouTube link to my video there. So it's in there. And I might say, actually, this video is really specially only for people who score a certain way. So I'm just going to set up an audience, and the audience is actually going to be a special audience. And it's only for people who said, have you invested in paid advertising, Google? And their answer was no. And I'll just say, okay, cool. So 15 people there. So it actually tells me the audience, and I'll say no paid ads in Google. I'll give that audience a name. I'll save that. And now that video only appears when it says, want to know more about paid ads in Google? Take a look at our latest video, right? So that offer, that special video only appears if people said no to the question of do you have paid ads in Google, right? And then I might want to do actual download. So I might want to have like this little one here. So I can have a nice little report. I can change that image pretty easily, right? And away we go. So that's how I would change my landing page. If I want, I can have a PDF. So I could send people a nice little PDF if they want to do that. I can also set up experiments. I can set up 3 or 4 different landing pages, and this will create an A versus B experiment. So when people arrive at through my link, half the people are going to see landing page A, half the people are going to see landing page B, And what will actually happen is it will tell me which landing page is the most effective landing page, and it will get rid of the one that's not very effective or not as effective. So this is an experiment, which is really cool. Gets you really, these are all advanced features. You can also change your branding. You can change your domain that you want to use. You can change the name. You can have a look at how it looks. You can change your colors, add your brand and your logo. When people share this, you can actually choose an image as to what it looks like on social media. Right. So when we go there, we can say, yep, it's going to have this nice little image when it pops up on social media. We can put in our Facebook tracking pixels, our Google Analytics pixels, all of that's there. If you're a more advanced business and you want to share this, you want to integrate it with your CRM, you've got all these different CRMs, and adding about 30 different CRMs in the coming months. So it already works with like MailChimp and Entreport and ActiveCampaign. I'm curious, in the chat, could you let me know what is your CRM that you use? What's your favorite CRM? What do you wish we would integrate with? That would be useful to know if you can let me know in that, because we're building those as we speak. We've got, oh yeah, Go High Level. A lot of people are using that. Okay, very good. That's helpful. Any other questions?
So when we publish the scorecard, where can I choose where everywhere is going to go?
You mean the landing page?
So can I publish it, let's say, on LinkedIn, or can I?
Oh, yeah. So when you share it, you just copy this link. You just copy your link, and you just share the link. So you can do it on Twitter or LinkedIn. So if I just push LinkedIn, it's just going to go and paste that straight to LinkedIn if I want to. So it's ready to, I can share that in a post, but obviously I would write a post. Essentially, you just copy that link and you share it wherever you want to share it. You can use a QR code if you want to use a QR code. Let's say you're a speaker on stage, you want to share it from stage. You can share it like that. All of that is pretty easy. Okay, Suhair.
Yeah, hi, Dan. I'm so excited to see you after tomorrow in Dubai.
Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow.
Tomorrow, but I mean, after tomorrow, you have the event.
Oh, yes, I'll be there on Saturday. I'm leaving tomorrow, yeah.
Yes. So I just wanted to ask the same question. Where do you anticipate that the people are going to see your link? But I think Christina already asked. So I can put it on my website, the company website, and
yeah. So we have a little document which is called 29 ways to promote your scorecard, so we have some courses. The courses are actually quite valuable. A lot of the courses we're about to upload. Courses that would actually be normally paid for. So we have like a Get Sales course and all of those ones there now. We have an SEO course, but one of the things that we're doing is uploading some pretty amazing courses. And then we also have Setup Guide, Promote. So we can actually see where's our 29 ways? Rebecca, would you mind finding the 29 ways checklist and sharing that in the chat? Because that we've got it set up, pops up and emails you about it as soon as you've got your course,
yeah, it's in the chat now.
Yeah. Here we go. Paid advertising, scorecard promotion, organic scorecards. So some of those are in there. And it's got lots of different ways to get started and advertise. All of those are documents that are ready to go. Scorecard promotion strategy. Here's a video on scorecard promotion strategy. So lots and lots available there.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Let's also have a quick look here.
Mm-hmm.
If we go to ScoreApp, in the Learning Center on the front end of the website, there's actually just so much content for like how to convert leads into sales, 9 quiz funnel mistakes, how to write email sequences, 11 ways to promote your quiz on your website, like so many like webinars and downloads and resources to get you going. So you can also use that front end as well.
Lovely. Thank you, Don.
Edward.
Hi there, thanks for taking my question. Your AI, is that ChatGPT?
ChatGPT is something that runs on GPT 3.5 and GPT-4. So ChatGPT is like the iPhone, and OpenAI is like Apple. We have what's called an API, or direct access to OpenAI's language model. And so it's not technically using ChatGPT, it's plugging in the OpenAI language model.
Oh, okay, fine. I think actually for the benefit of everyone here then, what appears to be happening, and actually just as an aside, I walk to work, I do about a 2.5 mile walk to work into the city of London every day, and you right now with your book, you're right in my ears at the moment, and you have been for the last week, so thank you very much. And that's come from this whole Ali Abdaal and Robin Waite circle, so yeah, thank you very much indeed. But the point I'm getting at is with the AI influence, a lot of it has been free source or free product at the moment, but monetization is kicking in. So I'm extremely interested in what you've been saying and what you're doing, and I think what you're doing can actually really, really help me. I'm very excited. I think you can boost me to the next level. But
very cool.
Is there going to be a situation where potentially what you've produced is going to be impacted by some paywall at some point in the future? What do you think about that?
Yeah, so with ScoreApp, we already have all the accounts. Once you're happy with ScoreApp, you end up paying about £29 a month. If you're a more advanced business, much bigger business, you'll pay £89 a month, and the AI is included in all of that, right? So it's pretty amazing. AI is priced a little bit like electricity at the moment. It's pretty amazing what it enables you to do, and it's pretty cheap. So we spent all last month doing nothing but using AI with our team and our testing accounts and all of that sort of stuff. And our bill for AI usage was £9. And we had like a whole team of people testing stuff and producing stuff and pumping stuff out, got a £9 bill. So we probably will end up spending £500 to £1,000 a month on AI, our AI bill, but we've just packaged that into whatever you're paying us, right? So because we have, so we have that priced into our model now. And as far as just general AI, OpenAI charges £20 a month for AI access. And the way I look at it is, if I had a personal assistant who was always on standby, who was a qualified doctor, lawyer, philosopher, engineer, spoke 12 different languages, and it was £20 a month, I'd be like, oh, actually, that's pretty good value. So, you know, the amount of stuff that I can do for £20 a month I'm pretty happy with it.
May I ask 2 more questions, and I'll be really quick.
Go for it.
Okay, fine. So the first question is, my use of ChatGPT personally, and you've been very clear you're not using ChatGPT, you've got an AI system of your own, but my use of ChatGPT, when I've repeated the question, it has produced an increasingly fatigued and lower quality answer. So can you talk a bit about your testing of this?
Yeah, so let me just quickly jump in on this, because I do want to stick with the main topic of MVPs. We've done a lot of work on what's called prompt engineering, right? So prompt engineering is taking the information that you've given us and repackaging it in a way that ChatGPT reliably gives us good output. With that said, we do put up a warning, and the warning is it's AI generated. So before you send it out, make sure you check it. I kind of think of AI as a little bit like a sous chef who's helping you chop up all the ingredients or baking a sponge cake, and you're the chef who's got to ice the cake and make sure it's ready for the customers. So it's important that, you know, we've done a lot of work with like prompt engineering to make it a really good output, but you should definitely check anything that AI puts together, because it's not a human. It's just an algorithm. It's a parrot that's parroting information that it's, you know, that it's putting together.
That sous chef analogy is, I've never heard it put like that, but it's really helpful. And then I think a lot of us here, I don't speak for anyone at all. I've got no mandates to do that, but I think a lot of us here are probably here because of Ali Abdaal, and he's an insanely transparent person. Can you just briefly explain how are you and Ali connected? And what's the relationship there? That would be really cool to know, because he's obviously talks a bit about you, but it would be good to hear from your perspective.
Pretty simply, I put out a book a couple of years ago called Oversubscribed, and Ali made a video about his favorite books and his most highlighted books, and he held up the book Oversubscribed and said, "This is one of my favorite books." So I got about 10 messages the following day saying, "Oh, this guy has read your book and he's a really well-known YouTuber." And I'm like, "I know this guy, he's the doctor." So I dropped him a message on Twitter and he said, "Can you be on my podcast?" So he invited me to be on the podcast. I went on the podcast. We had a great 2-hour conversation, stayed in touch. He invited me to come and do some training with his team, right, to help him work out what they can be doing more as a team. So I came in and did a team session, and we built the relationship there. And eventually Ali said, "Hey, I love this AI stuff. I love what you're doing with ScoreApp so much. Can I be an investor in the company?" And we said, "Sure, let's bring you in as an angel investor." So he has decided to become one of our angel investors. And as an angel investor, he's going to be pretty positive about the product going forward. And he loves telling people about it.
Fine. Well, I've got my next challenge to get both of you to be my next clients for fractionalized ownership of commercial real estate on the blockchain. So there we go. You'll be hearing from me. Hopefully that's all right. But thank you very much.
Pleasure, Ed. Richard, let's go with you. This will be the final question, and then we'll finish up. Rebecca's going to make sure that you've got access to the link. Remember what I said about that link. This particular deal, if you're not already a ScoreApp user, this is a really good deal designed for students, really, or very early stage startups. And it's something that we're also discontinuing. So we're going to honor it while we've got it available for now, and we're going to discontinue it as soon as we finish up with this group. Edward, let's hear from you. Hey, Edward, I've lost you. I had you on visual and I had you on audio, but I've just lost your feed there. Sorry. Sorry, Richard. There we go, Richard. Richard, go for it. Richard, you've got a nice microphone, but I can't hear it. There we go.
No, I had to unmute still. All right. So this is specifically around agency model, of which this would be another add-on service. And so as I look, the majority of time would probably be in the middle. So I'm not looking at the screen now, but I want to say it was around 1,000 uses or people filling out the quiz each time you would have in that program. But there would be occasions when I'd be running this for somebody else. So specifically, I do virtual events for people, and this would be like, all right, here we would have a QR code or whatever it would be. And so it's kind of a twofold question. One, can you break it out and run somebody else's for them? Or do they have to have their own account? Either answer is okay, just don't know the answer. And then if there are occasions when it's, let's say, ongoing, you're probably going to use 500 to 1,000, but there are times when you're going to go above that 3,000 mark because there's more people there. How does that
Yep.
structure work?
Richard, we've got an agency level tier, which is $189 a month and gives you like real lots and lots. And it does say that it's got a cap, but at the moment we don't like police that cap in any way. And what we're probably going to do is add a bolt on. So when you hit a cap, you'll pay like an extra £10 for the month to go beyond your cap for another few thousand or something like that. So that'll probably come in the next couple of months. But for now, if you want to take the top tier, it's pretty much unlimited.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Nice one.
Love the way the product's coming along, by the way, too. Looks great.
Yeah. Well, watch what happens next week. We'll be adding to your account all these extra AI tools. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, everyone, for joining the workshop. Have a great day or evening wherever you are in the world, and look forward to seeing what you do with these tools and how you generate some leads and grow your business using ScoreApp. All the best. Cheers.